Chain smoke your problems away. Smokepit Fairy Tales Part 4, Chapter 21, Keeping Company. Thatch shaved, put on his uniform, and walked out to the parade deck for formation. No significant word was passed, and the battalion was put on standby. Thatch gathered Akon and Yorric, and they went to make breakfast, as per their norm. After they were done eating, Chuck walked up to the three of them with a folder in his hands.
Good morning.
What's up?
Thatch asked. Chuck handed him a medical chit.
I got the drip.
What?
Thatch looked at the paper.
Chlamydia?
Akon laughed.
Where the fuck did you get chlamydia?
I'm not sure, but I think it's from that doctor I met in Angeles.
And that chick that tore your back off?
Chuck scratched the back of his head.
Yeah, I didn't think anything was wrong, but this chick I've been banging called me all pissed off last week, wanting to know why she had chlamydia, so I got myself checked out.
Thatch, Akon, and Yorric laughed at Chuck.
Well, did they give you pills or anything?
Chuck showed her a little orange bottle.
Fucking chlamydia.
Thatch slapped Akon's shoulder with the back of his hand and laughed.
That's a good one.
Oh, that is bloody brilliant, mate. Crikey.
Chuck rolled his eyes.
Ha ha, very funny. Everybody laugh at Royce.
We will.
Yorric poked at him. Chuck groaned.
So are we going to play today?
Yeah, but I'm gonna take a nap first. Come by around 13.
Yorric left to run an errand, and Thatch and Akon stepped outside to smoke.
So are you still hanging out with Nazik?
Akon asked as she lit her cigarette.
Yep.
Thatch inhaled his lucky.
How's that going?
I have no fucking clue.
Thatch really didn't.
It's like we're good, we're bad, we're friends, we're fighting. I don't know. I don't know what's fucking going on. Like, last night, she came in yelling at me because she heard I called her a hoe.
Oh.
Akon huffed and tried to hide a smirk. Thatch winced at her.
Anyway, then we have this fight, and then she asks if she could stay the night.
So then you slept with her.
Yeah.
Why'd you call her a hoe?
Because I found out she fucked half the barracks right after I saw her sucking face with some dude in a club on the internet. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to call her?
You should have called her
Akon took in a drag and looked at Thatch with motherly concern.
and told her never to fucking talk to you again.
Yeah, well, I'm fucking stupid, so
Thatch flicked his hand in the air.
I don't fucking know why I do anything.
So you're with her then?
I don't know what the fuck we are.
Did you tell her you're deploying?
No.
You know that's in 3 weeks, right?
I know.
That night after Chuck left with his guitar, Samum came over to Thatch's room. They sat in his chairs, held hands, and watched a movie about vampires in medieval Transylvania. Halfway through the film, Samum tapped Thatch's leg.
I have to go put my laundry in the dryer.
All right.
Thatch pulled out his phone while she was gone to play a game. After she'd been gone for 10 minutes, Thatch got up to go smoke. He figured that she'd ghosted on him for the night and didn't expect her to come back.
That's not the first time.
He thought. Thatch threw on his bomber jacket, walked out to the courtyard, and lit up. He looked over to the window in the headquarters barracks across the way. He saw Samum walk into the communal laundry room with a tall brunette guy he didn't recognize. She pulled her clothes out of the washer and threw them into the dryer next to her. She smiled and laughed at the guy she was with. She leaned up and kissed, then hugged him tightly, and walked out the door to the other end of the room with him.
Dude, what the fuck?
Thatch brooded into a rage. He sucked down every ounce of nicotine that was in his cigarette, then lit another. A million thoughts shot through Thatch's head before he remembered the text she sent him.
I'm not seeing anyone.
Thatch scoffed. He was stuck because he couldn't say anything to her because he knew that she'd go on the offense and remind him that the two of them weren't dating and he doesn't have an actual foot to stand on.
So fucking much for that.
He barked at his cigarette as he flicked it. He smoked 3 more, trying to ward off the shakes from anger as the wind blew the dust and sand around the courtyard. When he got back to his room, he saw Samum's keys and phone on his bed.
Great, now I have to see her again tonight.
He picked her things up to move them to the secretary. The phone buzzed, and a text message popped up from someone named Dory reading,
Hey babe, what's up tonight?
It was followed by heart and smiley face emojis. Thatch was done. He tightened his lips and put Samum's phone back where it was sitting. He sat down in his chair and stared motionless at his TV, his insides boiling with hate. After about 45 minutes of brooding, Samum walked back into Thatch's room, pulling Gemery alongside her, laughing. Thatch stared the two of them down. Gemery stopped laughing and a look of worry grew on his face when he saw that he was in Thatch's room. Samum kept giggling.
Sorry that took so long. I couldn't find an empty dryer, and I had to look through all of them, and none were empty, and I had to wait around for one to be done. You can ask Gemery. He was there too.
Bullshit.
Thatch shot a look into Gemery's eyes that translated to,
Get the fuck out of my room before I murder you.
Gemery looked down at Samum with a nervous chuckle.
All right, Samum. Well, when I get my phone fixed, I'll give you a call.
He promptly turned around and left. Samum pressed play on the remote and the movie continued. She smiled over at Thatch.
Shall we?
Thatch was too irate to move. He feared that if he opened his mouth, the nicest word that would escape would be cunt. And if he lifted a finger, the nicest thing he would have done was broken everyone in headquarters' legs with a pull cue. So he sat there and seeped. A few minutes passed, and Samum crawled up on Thatch's bed and laid down to watch the film after flipping through her phone and giggling for a few minutes.
Did you know that Gemery's only had sex with 2 people?
Thatch took in a deep breath, trying to control himself.
Why do you know that?
He told me. Some girl at a club. He apparently felt really bad about that one.
Who's the other?
Samum shrugged.
Don't know.
She went back to watching the movie. Thatch had his eyes glued to the screen, but wasn't paying attention to anything that was happening. He was too busy trying to talk himself out of burning the entire fucking base down, hijacking a ship, flying to a colony, hijacking the colony, then crashing into Camp Castle, plunging Mars into a decade of nuclear winter. When the movie was over, Thatch kept staring at the screen until the TV powered itself off. He looked back at Samum. She was passed out under his covers. He pulled out his phone and texted Stockton.
Hey, are you up?
She texted back.
Yeah, I'm just leaving Avila's room. What's happening?
Thatch tried as best as he could to fit the events of the night into a text. Stockton texted him back.
Dude, I will fucking cut that bitch's face off her face and eat her limbs. Is she still over there? I'm going to fucking end her.
Nah, chill out. I just need to vent.
Thatch watched the icon indicating that Stockton was texting pop up and disappear a few times before Thatch texted her again.
I mean, it's not cheating because we're not dating, but it's also like, bitch, like, she must be mad that I called her a skank, but I'm seeing the shit happen in front of my own fucking eyes. I wouldn't be too upset if she was just honest and we established that we're just in this for the physical shit, but she's telling me she cares about me, and when we go out, she's always like leaning over and looking at my phone to see who I'm texting to make sure it's not another chick. It's like why lie to me?
Of course she's mad you called her a skank. Whores get mad when you call them sluts. I'd be upset too if someone I was fucking thought I was a slut. But that chick just wants to think she's special, and I have seen you treat her special. Maybe she's just trying to get something out of you. But you got no right to be hurt. I told you when you first started hanging out with her to stay away from chicks like that.
Thatch knew Stockton was right, and that he probably shouldn't be anywhere near Samum.
I'm more insulted than hurt.
Thatch lied and sent another text before Stockton could respond.
It's like, do you really think you're getting away with this shit? Then that makes me think, what is she doing that I'm not seeing?
Stockton texted him back.
People always see themselves as right, even when they're wrong. Maybe she does care, but she thinks she's just a fuck to you. Or at least that's the only way I can rationalize that bullshit. Yeah, sure, maybe I fuck a lot of dudes, but I don't fucking make them think they're special to me. Shit, just a few minutes ago, Avilo told me, Cassandra, if you weren't such a whore, I'd probably try to date you.
Thatch cracked half a smile for the first time in hours.
What'd you say to that?
I had cum on my face, so I really couldn't say anything. But later I told him, it sucks to be him.
Thatch heard Samum move around in the bed behind him. He put his phone on the desk and turned around to look at her. She was yawning and rubbing her eyes.
That was kind of nice.
Kinda.
Thatch mumbled, trying to sound tired instead of angry.
Yeah.
Samum stretched her arms and cracked her back.
And all my friends are leaving, but that's a good thing because I'll be able to spend more time with you.
Thatch just stared at her with a blank face, not knowing why he wasn't screaming at her. Samum looked at her phone.
It's already 3?
She slithered out of bed.
I've got to go grab my laundry from the dryer.
She scurried out of the room and closed the door behind her. Thatch stared at the ceiling for the rest of the night instead of sleeping, only forcing himself out of bed when his alarm sounded. He wasn't tired. He was too vexed to even consider slumber. He threw on his uniform, shaved, and walked out to the grinder for formation. The company commander and first sergeant told the Marines to behave themselves on leave and that he'd see them when they came back in a couple of weeks. The formation was released and the company dispersed. Thatch, Mackenzie, Stockton, and Chuck headed for the barracks kitchen and started cooking breakfast.
Still give me a ride to the airport tonight?
Thatch asked Chuck.
Yeah, man, totally. But I can't pick you up afterwards. I'll still be gone.
I got you on that.
Stockton rogered up.
You're all just going home, right?
Yeah.
They ate breakfast and smoked a few cigarettes over coffee and went to split up.
I'll see you tonight.
Yeah, sounds good.
He'd calmed down enough to be tired and went to his room to shut his eyes. Thatch woke up to his alarm around 6. His bags were already packed and his room clean. He'd lay in his bed for a few minutes until there was a knock on his door. He flipped his feet over the bed, tossed on his jeans and a black shirt, and went to the door. He turned the knob and Stockton pushed herself in.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Stockton opened Thatch's refrigerator and pulled out a couple of beers.
Hello to you too.
Thatch rubbed his face in an effort to awaken himself.
When are you out of here?
About an hour.
He caught an image of himself in the mirror and groaned.
I gotta get cleaned up.
Yeah, your hair's a mess.
Says the woman in loose jeans and a frumpy hoodie.
It's not frumpy, it's comfortable.
Thatch pointed to her waistline.
The front pocket's falling off.
It adds character.
Sure.
Thatch stepped into the bathroom to brush his hair and teeth. Stockton leaned in the doorway.
Got any plans for going home?
Thatch shook his head and spit out the toothpaste.
I'm not gonna do anything besides sit around and drink beer with my ma.
You know, for as much as you talk about her, I've never seen a picture of your mom.
Yeah, you have.
Thatch said, trying not to allude to the fact that she was the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps and everyone's seen a picture of her.
Mousy blonde bob cut, short, pretty for being almost 60.
Not ringing a bell.
Stockton took a swig of her beer.
Got a picture of her on you?
No.
Thatch lied. His phone rang.
Chuck?
No.
Thatch huffed. He pressed the answer button.
Yes, Samum.
Stockton's smirk turned to a grimace. Thatch mouthed,
I know.
Hey!
Samum's voice was especially perky.
Want to do something tonight?
No, I'm going on leave. I'm leaving for the airport in about half an hour.
What? To where?
New Philadelphia.
Thatch? You should have told me that.
Before he could respond to her, she blurted out.
Well, if you're not leaving for a few minutes, I'm going to come see you for a little bit.
She hung up the phone. Stockton stared Thatch down.
I know.
Apparently you fucking don't.
She pointed her beer at him.
You might be able to play it off to other people that you're just hanging around her for the sex, but you're not fooling me, and she is not going to do anything to you besides hurt you.
Thanks for the reminder.
Thatch was frustrated, but not as much as he was embarrassed with himself. He sat down in his chair and leaned back. Samum pushed in Thatch's door.
Hey!
She looked at Thatch and Stockton.
How are you, Stockton?
Stockton forced a smile.
I'm good,
She looked at Samum with daggers in her eyes.
but I gotta get going. Thanks for the beer, Thatch.
As soon as Stockton shut the door, Samum flung herself onto Thatch's lap, wrapped her arms around him with a hug and a kiss. Thatch kissed back, put his arms around her, and let his mind call his heart an idiot. Samum hopped up and down on Thatch's lap.
Did you tell Stockton we were dating?
Are we? That's news to me. No. Why?
She left in a hurry, like she knew we wanted to be alone.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
He lied again. Samum lifted her arms over Thatch's shoulders and looked into his eyes like a snake charmer would to seduce a cobra.
How long are you going to be on leave?
Not long. I'll be back next Sunday.
Oh, that's not long at all.
No.
Well, what am I supposed to do with myself while you're gone?
It seems to me like you have all kinds of other people that'll keep you company.
Thatch reached to the bookshelf from the chair and pulled out a book.
Have you read 50 Shades of Dave?
I've never even heard of it.
Thatch handed her the book.
Well, read this while I'm gone, then we can watch the movie together when I get back. Hey everybody, what's up? Thanks for listening to another chapter of Chain Smoke Your Problems Away. Merry Christmas! Hope you got something cool under your tree, unless you are also at the point in your life where you are also Santa Claus, in which case I hope you got some cool stuff for the people you love in your life. One of these days we'll line up a Christmas chapter in December for these books. Sorry it wasn't this year. Oh well. Alright, anyway, I would like to thank everyone for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And thank you Patreon people who get these chapters as soon as I get done with them. Thank you to my YouTube members who get these when I upload them. I'm trying to get a little bit better about doing these a little bit early. Thank you to everyone who's gotten the War Chest, which is the box set of these books. Thanks everybody who's just gotten the book. And you know what? Thank you for just tuning in. I'm glad my 10, 20 minutes a week are, keeping you occupied. Also, if you enjoyed the music on these, I do have a second channel that's just the tunes, the background music for these books. There's a link down in the thing. I think all the music for book 1 is finally dropped. I will be going back and making stuff for the music for book 2 at some point, probably next month, which is January. Welcome to 2025. All right, I know it's Christmas. I won't keep you too much longer. You have a good one. I'll talk to you soon. All right, you have a good one. I'll talk to you soon. I said that. All right, here's your bloopers. Ciao.
Conducting sound check. Test the microphone. Is it working? Can you hear me talk?
Yeah, I didn't think anything was wrong, but damn it, I popped my knuckle.
All right, so we've checked the sound, but have we checked the narrator?
So then you slept with her. With her. Fuck, sorry.
I recorded that, by the way.
Where the fuck did you get chlamydia?
No significant word was passed, and the battalion was put on standby.
This is Dory. There's no chapter number, so it's just Dory. Yeah.
Scrolling!
Hey, babe. What's up tonight?
McCollum took in a drag and looked at Thatch with motherly.
Hey, babe. What's up tonight?
Motherly.
Here, babe. What is up tonight?
Akan took in a drag and looked at Thatch with motherly concern. There's still, I'm not putting an R there. I put an R in that one's taking the, like, it gave its R away to vagina.
Didn't really know where to go with that, so you got all of them. Well, just do like regular Siri. Doo-doo. Hey, babe. What's up tonight?
In order to have babies, you gotta give up your vagina.
Okay, chapter 21.
Can't say mother with a hard R.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
That night, after check it out. We're doing a sound check again, just to make sure everything's still Gucci. We did have that weird update. Sound check! That's me. He saw Samum walk into the communal laundry room. Just the thought of communal laundry makes me shudder, so, I can't say it out loud. I'm afraid if I say it 3 times, like, it'll appear in my bathroom mirror. Like, I don't want that.
Okay. This is Hollis reading for Samum. I think I've drank enough water to get regular voice back.
Oh, no! No! She leaned up and kissed him and hugged him tightly. No. I'm mad. He sucked down every ounce of nicotine that was in a cigarette, then lit another. A million thoughts shot through Thatch's What chapter are we on here? The bottom of shard again? Am I right?
Okay. Chapter 21, Keeping Company. Samum and Thatch are watching a movie. She's not sick anymore, and Thatch is still... he's a smart character, but he's deeply stupid when it comes to her. We're just gonna say that. Yeah. Damn it, Thatch.
A million thoughts shot through Thatch's... let's try that again. Shot through Thatch's head. He tightened his lips and put some...
50 Shades of Dave. Goofy.
He was too busy trying to talk himself out of burning the entire base down, hijacking his ship, flying to a colony, hijacking the colony, then crashing into Camp Castle, plunging Mars into a decade of nuclear winter. Fucking dramatic son of a bitch.
Okay, this is Hollis reading for Samum, and this should be take 2 of the chapter 21, Keeping Company. Okay, sorry. Still clearing my throat a little after that Venus cocktrap chapter.
Thatch stared at the ceiling for the rest of the night instead of sleeping. I gotta read that again because my dog was shaking. Thatch woke up to... He's a fucking idiot! They're the worst! No wonder she fucking cheats on him. He cheats on life. I'm going on leave and I'm not going to tell the girl I'm fucking. Jesus Christ. He hasn't even told her he's deploying yet. He's a bastard. Alright. I just want that to be on the record. He sucks too. Real bad. I had cum on my face so I couldn't really say anything. But later I told him it sucks to be him. Oh, man. Thatch, have you seen 50 Shades of Dave?